Hey guys, this is our last video of 2020. How exciting is that? This is the 3.6 horizontal and vertical lines notes page. So this kind of goes with 3.5, which was over horizontal and vertical lines, like the slope and the equations and the x and y intercepts. So this kind of is going to feel similar to that. But we do have a couple of changes that we have to make. So I feel like when this was being made, that like this text box was probably made and then copied over here. And so this actually is talking about vertical lines, not horizontal lines. So you do need to change that. Otherwise, you're going to be confused because they are not both talking about horizontal lines. So hopefully we will get that fixed for next year. The rest of this is correct. Vertical lines are written as x equals a, where a is the x-intercept. However, when you're talking about horizontal lines are written as y equals b, where b is the y-intercept. So as we learned, well, maybe we haven't learned yet. Yeah, it's going to be in the next video, the first video of 2021. But you guys have talked about slope-intercept form before. It's y equals mx plus b, and b is the y-intercept. So just a couple of little mistakes there. So you'll need to change these to b, and you'll need to change this to vertical. And I will, when I talk about it though, I will talk about it corrected so that hopefully that won't be confusing. So what we're talking about is what is the equation of a horizontal line, or what is the equation of a vertical line, because they are special. So a horizontal line that goes through the y-axis is going to be y equals whatever number, whatever point it crosses the y-axis. So that's that b part, the y-intercept is the number that you use. So for this one, it would be y equals 2. So y equals 2 is the horizontal line, and that's all you need. That's all of the information that you need to write the equation of that horizontal line. A vertical line is the opposite, so it's crossing the x-axis, so that's why we're going to look for the x-intercept. And so the x-intercept for this is also 2 on the x-axis, and so the equation of a vertical line is x equals 2. Remember, vertical lines are really special. They are not functions because they are a vertical line. They don't pass the vertical line test because they are a vertical line. So they don't have a y in them at all, and they are the only lines that do not have a y. So that makes them a little bit special, and we have to kind of keep that in mind as we're doing these. So all we're doing on the first part of this graph is writing the equations of these lines. And so if you have vertical lines, you're talking about, oh, that's not a vertical line. That one's a tricky one. This one is also a little bit tricky. So if you have a vertical line, so the blacker, thicker line is what we're talking about, then you're looking at an x equals something. So all of these vertical lines are going to be x equals something. And that something is simply the number where it crosses the x-axis. So this one crosses at negative 1, 2, 3. This one crosses at positive 1. And this one crosses at 0. So technically it's the y-axis, and the y-axis is a vertical line that crosses the x-axis at the origin, 0, 0. So technically, it seems weird, but technically the equation for the y-axis is x equals 0. Weird, right? If you have these horizontal lines, then you're going to start with y equals. And most equations of lines do start with y equals. But these, the only thing they equal is that place where they cross the y-axis, so the y-intercept. So this one is going to be y equals -2 because it crosses down here at -2. This one's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, y equals 4 because it crosses up here at 4. And then this one is going to be y equals 0. So just like how this one crossed at the origin, this one crosses at the origin too. This is the x-axis, but the x-axis is a horizontal line. So that means that its equation is y equals 0. So writing the equation is really easy. You just have to keep in mind that you name it after the axis that it crosses. Crosses the x-axis, it's x equals. Crosses the y-axis, it's y equals. So just try to keep that in mind as you're doing these problems today. Okay, and then the bottom of this is we're just going to do the opposite. We've been given the equation, so we have to graph the line. So if it says y equals 3, you go to where y equals 3 on the y-axis, and then you just draw a horizontal line. You go across the y-axis because it says y equals. This one, you're going to find where x equals -4 on the x-axis, so 1, 2, 3, 4, so that's -4. And then you have to go across the x-axis, so you're drawing a vertical line across the x-axis. So you are crossing the letter that they give you. All right, final one, y equals -1. Y equals -1 is down here on the y-axis. You're going to go across the y-axis. Oh, that line was super not straight. My paper moved a little. And so you're going through y equals -1 on the y-axis. And I think that's it for today. How crazy is that? Yeah, that's all. That's all we have. So make sure that you look over this, get in your head, y equals crosses the y-axis, x equals crosses the x-axis, and let me know if you have any questions.